What's happening, guys? This is going to be the introduction video to my new channel. This is going to be talking strictly on NBA and the big things that are happening right now. So let's start off. I think by now everybody knows that Melo is definitely going to get traded from the Knicks. Whether he gets traded, though, that's debatable. He's got his no trade clause, and the Cavs have turned him down. So that's bad. However, no matter what happens, he's leaving New York. If Phil has to buy him out, he will do it, and I know he will, because at some point in the past 2 to 3 months, Melo has really said something to Phil that has ticked him off, because ever since then, there has been rumors flying around the NBA. New York is trying to move Melo. And I'm totally in agreement. I think that Melo needs to get moved from New York. I don't think New York is a spot for him anymore. I think he served his purpose there. He's brought not much to the table, honestly. Other than all-star appearances, he's had, what, one playoff series victory, I think. And that was with Tyson Chandler. Now, honestly, it's not his fault that he wasn't surrounded in talent. It's not his fault. But now that he's on the trading block, the two teams that seem to be gunning for him are the Celtics and the Clippers. Now, there was an article come out about 4 to 5 days ago saying that Phil Jackson would take basically none of the big three for Melo. Okay, so we're talking about Chris Paul, DeAndre Jordan, and Blake Griffin. Now, the big three in LA, that if you add Melo into that mix, I mean, what are we talking? We're talking about someone that can stretch the floor, the scoring three that the Clippers have been looking for forever. I thought they were going to get KD this year. That didn't work out. He ended up going to Golden State, which is it's really kind of messed this season up for me. I mean, I'm ready for the playoffs already. They've been blowing out everybody by like 50 points. It's no, I mean, nobody has anything to play for in the West anyway. Then we move out east, and the Cavs are holding it down. However, they seem to be in a free fall, and it's I think that if this keeps going on and this dissension between LeBron and the organization keeps happening, like, he's going to leave in free agency if this keeps happening. LeBron is a guy, he does not like to not be heard. And he wants what he wants when he wants it. He says he wanted a playmaker. They turned down Melo, and I don't think that was the move to go for right then. I mean, they offered you Kevin Love, who, granted, all-star this year. Much love for Kevin Love. I'm a huge fan. Great rebounder, great shooter. Not a very good defender, but with everything that he does on the offensive end, he moves well without a ball. He can post up. And he's also a great facilitator from the block. But honestly, the all-star appearance years that he has left probably isn't very much. Like, I think he wore himself down in Minnesota, just stuffing stat sheets. And granted, he was a beast there, but he can't be the best player on your team, and that's that. I mean, he's not going to get you in the playoffs. He's definitely not going to get you to the conference finals, especially in the West. So him going to Cleveland is probably a good move for both organizations. Them getting Wiggins in Minnesota, who's turned into a phenomenal player. Him and Cat and Zach LaVine, huge fans. I love the Bounce Bros. Back to the subject at hand. Melo, I don't see him going to the Celtics, because, like, he's been on record saying he doesn't want to live in Boston, and he has a no-trade clause. So if they trade him somewhere he doesn't want to go, he's just going to say no. There's nothing that they can do about it. So with that being said, like, they're kind of at Melo's will, and Melo is like really close with CP3, and their play styles are actually like really they would work very well together. I honestly believe that, and I thought we were going to have to trade Blake Griffin for him at least, and right now it seems like you can't do that because they have D Rose and something about the collective bargaining agreement that you can't have two max contract players, which I don't understand, but that's a conversation for another day. It seems like we're going to have to get a third team in on this. Now, any other time, this probably wouldn't happen. However, Rondo went on record the other day and put his team on blast. And right now, the Bulls are in a free fall. They want to rebuild. They're trying to trade away everything that they can possibly trade. And so Rondo's on the block. What do the Knicks need? A point guard. What do the Cavs need? A point guard. So, getting a third team, I don't think will be hard. I really don't, because the Cavs turned down that trade because they don't need a playmaker. They have two ball-dominant players already. They don't need another one. They need a backup point guard, right? So, if I had a guess, and this is just me, I'm thinking Austin Rivers to, and this will be awkward because Austin Rivers, don't forget, is Doc Rivers' son. Like, it's his third son, third born. I think he's got a sister, but the third kid, it's going to be awkward for him to have to trade him away. But in order for this trade to work without getting rid of any of the big three, I don't think there's another way of doing it. I think he's got to get rid of J.J. Redick. I think he's got to get rid of Jamal Crawford, and I think he's got to get rid of either Paul Pierce or Austin Rivers or both. And now the only thing with that, we've worked so hard as an organization in the Clippers to gain depth, to get what we need as a organization, which was depth. Now that we have it, and it's difficult because I want Melo, I want to play, because the Big Four, I think with that Big Four we can go toe-to-toe with Golden State. I really do. And a lot of people think I'm crazy because, CP3 and Melo are getting kind of old, but DeAndre, I mean, let's just look at it from a position-by-position standpoint. CP3 and Steph Curry. A lot of people are going to take Steph Curry because it's a popularity contest at this point, but honestly, CP3 is a better point guard. I'm sorry. Steph's a better scorer, but CP3 is a better point guard. So it's just, Klay Thompson to, I really don't know who would be the shooting guard. That would be difficult. Because if you're trading Jamal, and it would almost have to be Raymond Felton. Either way, no matter who we put there, Klay Thompson's going to be better than him. Moving on. KD to Melo. Now, there is a gap, don't get me wrong, but I don't think the gap between KD and Melo is as big as people think it is. Like, there isn't as a huge gap as people think. Like, Steph Curry, LeBron, KD are all so much better than everybody else that there's not you'll never be able to best them. That's not true. KD, Steph Curry, and LeBron, there is a gap, don't get me wrong. I think Russ is starting to get up there. I think Kawhi Leonard will be getting up there. Maybe not this year. 2, 3, 4 years. LeBron's going to fall out. Russ is going to move up. I don't think Steph can keep up what he's doing forever. I really don't. And a lot of people think I'm crazy, but it is what it is, man. Russell Westbrook is the best point guard in the league. Hands down, bar none, no questions. I don't care what anybody says. Yeah, he can't shoot from three. He's not a strong shooter. He can't shoot. But look what he's done. With the talent he has around him, which is not much, he's averaging a triple-double. Name me one other player in the league that can do that. In the whole league. None. You know why? Because he's the best point guard in the league. Arguably the best player in the league. Especially this year. There's no argument he's the best player in the league this year. James Harden's probably going to get the MVP, but see, I think that's because James Harden's trip dubs are bigger than the little ones that Russell Westbrook's getting. You know, these 30, 12, and 10s aren't as flashy as these 50, 15, and 15s. You know what I mean? But, and on top of that, you know, James Harden's just got a better team. I mean, it's whoever finishes higher in the standings is going to end up winning it, and honestly, I don't see OKC jumping the Rockets unless James Harden gets hurt. That's the only way I see it happening. But that's my spiel for today, and I'll be back next week. So peace, guys.